You got... There's a box that says Windows Update, and it's not allowing me to see chat.
Can you just hit update later or remind me
it says,
later?
I tried, restart now, snooze, pick a time, I've hit it all.
Snooze, it won't.
And there's an X and it's not working.
It might be froze. You might have to, that computer's going real slow. I don't know what's going on with it, man.
Do we need to switch? It's working now.
Is it?
It's it's caught up. We're on. Hey guys, welcome to Cancel This. We're just doing show before the show as we figure out. You know what, the box won't leave, but yeah, I'll deal with it. And then we'll just put music back up. Thanks, guys. Welcome into this show before the show, canceltheshow.com. Hey, Projo.
You.
Sending you another Trump graphic, okay? Quote.
All right.
Thank you. Hmm. Hey guys, welcome into the show. Show before the show. Vic Faust, Pro Joe here. So much to get into today. And Pro Joe, I'm sending you one more graphic. Good morning, everybody. Hey, thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the show helps us out. You know that. Glad you guys are with us today. It is Thursday, April 17th.
What's the significance of peanut butter sandwiches on Easter, Vic?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Why?
I thought I was the only one. I don't know. Greg's in chat.
Just leave him alone.
Okay.
He's got a good heart, but he's a nut. Greg, you're a nut. You know that. I think he likes to act like a nut. But Greg, educate me, please. Tell me. Yeah, so bizarre. It doesn't even allow me to. It's stuck again. We may have to make the switch. We've got time. Gosh, yeah.
Here I come.
It's just moving slow. I just can't get that box off. So bizarre. See, look, it's yeah, it's not going to change. Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. But yeah, there we go. With Easter landing on 420, I assume. No. Does it go in a specific spot? This one's not working. See? Yep, it does, buddy. With Easter landing on April 20th, I assume there will be a lot of ham and peanut butter sandwiches. It's, I guess that's the 420 day, the weed thing. That's what he eats, I guess. Morning, y'all. Thanks for jumping in, guys. Good morning.
I guess he assumes that all stoners eat peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah, I would not know.
I can honestly say I don't eat too many of them myself, so I don't know what he's talking about.
So glad you guys are with us today. Hey guys, welcome into the show before the show.
It sounds like this Virginia person knows about peanut butter and jelly factories.
Virginia. What did she say?
There's a lot to say.
Well, I just walked over into it. Peanut butter factory, jelly factory. I don't know what that means.
I don't get it either.
Why'd you bring my attention to that? I'm lost.
There's a lot of confusing stuff today in chat.
Good morning, Ben and Stephanie, guys. Thank you for jumping in, liking, subscribing, sharing the show. We'll get this thing going here in a few minutes. Got a couple more tidy things to do here. Might start just a couple minutes late. I got to add a couple deals here. Seriously, I know Greg bought us lunch the other day, but he is not allowed back in the building.
Why? What
I don't trust him. The dude's out there.
Oh, okay.
I've said it. If something happens with Greg, I said it here. Like, man, I never saw that coming. Well, Vic did. Vic saw something crazy coming. Kidding, Greg. I know you like to act nuts, right? Hold on one quick second, man.
Okay. No,
I know. I'm just
it's
like,
definitely a weird day today. It's cool.
I can't with this guy. I got to get one more thing here really quick. Sorry. Then we'll get started. Come on, phone. Get this guy on. All right, we can go ahead and get this thing started. You got it. Whenever you want to rock and roll there, Pro Joey Joe. Hey guys, welcome into Cancel This, canceltheshow.com. Vic Faust, Pro Joe alongside. Glad you're with us here for the next hour, the fastest hour in news headlines, politics, what's happening in America in 2025, and, of course, the Trump administration. Glad you're with us today, April 17th. 9:01 is the time coming up today. President Trump puts Jerome Powell in his place. This guy should be fired immediately. What he is doing to hurt Americans by not dropping interest rates is unfreaking believable. At least when you add everything up, where we are, not opinion, fact, not opinion, fact. He clearly hates Donald Trump so much that he's trying to hurt Americans at the same point in time. We'll get into that. FAFO, Harvard, put Harvard in its place. It's no institution of higher learning. Donald Trump putting them right where they belong. You mess around, you take government money, you find out what's going on. We'll let you know what the latest that's happening there. Letitia James in trouble. She literally committed a crime. You just wait. She's been alleged to have done something with her properties and lied about it. Wait till he can't be fired, but he's going to be fired. That's what Donald Trump's tweet is about. We'll get to that, meaning he won't be back once his term ends. And I know it can't be too soon. Letitia James unhinged. It just in an episode of just nut job. I mean, this woman was the one who evilly and falsely went after Donald Trump. Wait till you hear what she did. Oh, yeah. Proof that media is mostly biased liberal left, because I lived in it for 25 years, 26 years. Wait till you see the article that the Columbus Dispatch had to write about their national champion Ohio State Buckeye football team. Sad. We've also got an update on the killer, Carmelo Anthony, who killed Austin Metcalf. It's sickening what is out there, what's happening right now. The MS-13 gang member, Mr. Allegro Garcia, being proven. Once again, the Trump administration doing things right, as we showed you on Tuesday. An update there, and also just a complete dumbass senator who just went for headlines. I'll be surprised if he even makes it back in his Democratic Party after the dumbass stunt that he pulled in El Salvador. A new Newsmax poll about Democrats. Do Democrats wish they were going more right or more left from where they are already? An update on IRS employees. Are they going to accept another deferred offer from Donald Trump? And of course, the other day, Joe Biden, calling black people colored kids again. This guy, the most racist president in the history of our country. Also the worst president in the history of the country. You can't make the shit up what's going on. Anyway, how about Letitia right out of the gate? She said she married her dad, or at least that's what you're right, Kevin, the documents say, lives in Virginia and is the Attorney General of New York, just to name a few. She claimed that her Virginia property was her main residence, yet she is in New York working as the Attorney General. She has to have primary residence in New York. Why did she do all of this? She did it so she could get a better mortgage rate. Oh, and she could only have a property that was 4 units. This one is 5 units. And yet she is the one that went after Donald Trump. And what do we see so many of these people do when you go after them? I mean, they are nuts. This woman is a nut job. She is unhinged. She is a liar. She is BLM. She is a racist. And she is a horrible, horrible person inside. Letitia, you're on the clock, because guess what? You're going down. This isn't a situation where she reminds me of Fannie Willis. It's like, start blaming everybody else, blaming everybody when you get caught, because you can't stand the heat that you created in the kitchen. And now you got to get out and you got to go blame other people, just like Fannie Willis did. The same stuff. She was committing crimes all over the place and then trying to make up stuff, circumvent ideas and laws to go after Donald Trump. Greg says, part of the jihad squad. Yep. So now this woman is caught, and instead of apologizing and admitting that she is a fake and a phony, here she is. I don't know what this is, but this is an unhinged lunatic, left liberal BLM fake job.
My mission is clear.
Clear.
I'm focused.
Focus.
I'm prepared.
Prepared.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I've been trained by the best.
You're a thief.
I went
and
to
a
Howard
liar and a
University
con.
that overturned legal segregation in this country. I've been taught in those classrooms where Thurgood Marshall once taught. I'm not afraid of no president. Donald Trump, we're ready for you. We're coming for you.
Gotta keep me
We're
understanding.
standing up for you. We're fighting on. We're not going down silent. Victory, my friends, is clear. It's now. And I'm not waiting 4 years. I'm waiting 2 until a speaker by the name of Hakeem Jeffries comes to bring us some rest. Come on, ladies. It's up to us. We saved this democracy before. We'll save it now. Let's go.
From the chat line, activated Marxist. They always accuse others of what they are guilty for. Good God, Letitia James Brown. All from the chat line. This woman is a nut job racist. It is interesting because Robert says James did what she prosecuted and won against Trump for doing. Letitia's going down. Letitia got caught lying. Just watch what happens. Even in liberal New York, she is going down. How much did she get paid for that? She had lizard eyes. The chat line said lizard eyes.
Yeah, they were pointed in 2 different directions.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Like snake eyes, lizard eyes. It's like, I can't even try to do that. Holy crap. This woman just got presented for criminal charge, and that's her response publicly. She lost. She went after Trump and she lost. Once again, don't be throwing stones when you live in a glass house. What the hell?
What's she talking about with Joaquin Jeffries?
The speaker Joaquin Jeffries.
What was the 2 years Joaquin Jeffries?
I have no idea. Oh, when he's going to take over this, and he's going to take over as House Speaker.
Gotcha.
That's what she's referring to. I mean, I saw that and I'm like, oh my God, she's busted. She is literally busted. She's got Steve Buscemi eyes, Joe. That comes from, coming from the chat line. Letitia is in trouble, and this woman is the one who went after Trump in New York, and now she is facing the music, and it can't come soon enough. I love what is happening here. She's accused of mortgage fraud, and she committed it. And like the chat line already said, I mean, she has information on there. Married to her dad. We know that's not true. Primary residence being Virginia to get these mortgage rate. That's, as we know, is not true. She falsified her residence status at a home in Norfolk, Virginia to get a better mortgage rate. Now, according to Pulte in 2023, she granted Shamise Thompson Hairston power of attorney to make the Norfolk property purchased in August of that year of 2023 her principal residence. This is big from the attorney general. She made it her principal residence, Virginia. She can't have the job as attorney general in New York, despite her actually living and serving as the attorney general of New York. Once again, all these people who went after Trump viciously in an evil and lying way are getting theirs now. This is also a situation because it is also alleged that she bought a 5-family property in Brooklyn, the one I was just talking about, in 2001, with a loan that's only available for homes with 4 units or less. She cheated the system again. She's going down. She's going to get caught. She's going to have to do something. And she refuses. I mean, you want to hear her quote? Here's her response to all of it, which is, this isn't opinion. It's in black and white writing. These are documents, legal documents. Attorney General James is focused every single day on protecting New Yorkers, especially as this administration weaponizes the federal government against the rule of law and Constitution. She will not be intimidated by the bullies, no matter who they are. That's how they talk, and that's how she talks. So, as you just heard the comment, holy moly, did I do something wrong? Let me take it off of me and put it on somebody else. Praise Jesus. God, this woman, she's as evil as they come. She's going to get hers. Robert says, Omar married her brother. Nothing happened, did it? I am a woman. Hear me roar. Ugh. Coming from the chat line. From the chat line as well. Probably did it to avoid taxes. Another charge of tax evasion. Interesting. James will say she identifies as a New Yorker. I love you guys. This is cancelthisshow.com. Letitia, you got caught. Get ready. Okay, we'll keep you posted on Letitia. Oh my God. 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 Okay. The other before we get into I'm sorry guys, I got some funny quotes coming in and some funny stuff. I love you guys. Hold on a second. Let me write back on this. Is in trouble. Okay. Also, while we're doing some news headlines, this one got me, guys, because, we jump pretty quick and let you talk for a while. Ohio State University, they won the national championship in football this year. They had their rings put together, and on their rings, because this whole year, they dedicated to Christ in this Holy Week on Holy Thursday. They put a cross on their national championship ring. That's a big deal. A cross, something they're going to have with them the rest of their lives, giving the glory to God. That's fine. It's always give God, glory to God, win, lose, whatever, if you're a Christian. They put a cross on there. Not only that, but this last week, they also went to the White House to celebrate with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. And that's what the team wanted to do. And that's what they should have done upon having an invite. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for these young men, Republican or Democrat. And in the midst of all of it, their hometown paper, the Columbus Dispatch. Do you have that ready to go, Joe? Of course you do, because you rock. This is how they're honored and talked about and rewarded with. People, I've been telling you, you can't trust newspapers, you can't trust local media, because they're going to lie to you. They're going to do a bunch of mean, bad things. We'll pop it up again. Here it is from the Columbus Dispatch. Ohio State University football players, coaches are disgraceful. What an unfortunate and short-sighted choice that was made by the national champion Buckeyes choosing to visit the White House under the current climate. I thought this was a joke at first. That followed on the heels of the world champion Dodgers making the same visit 1 week earlier. I mean, if you don't see what's happening with local media and people, that they're the minority, you're in the majority. It's sad. It's wrong. These young men, 18 to 22, 22 years old, they don't deserve that. These guys went out and kicked the shit out of everybody they played. They were the dominant team this year, and they deserve it. And I've never been a Buckeye fan, but they won me over this year, especially with their call to Christ and giving the glory to God, and then standing up in the face of this liberal ass shit that's in all of these college towns. And it frustrates me. And that's why I have a little bit of an edge this morning when it comes to our first two stories. Letitia James, because when people try to bully others, like this newspaper, and like Letitia James was trying to bully Trump and then calls him a bullier when she's the bully, I've been bullied. I know what it feels like. There's no place for being bullied, ever. And eventually you're going to rise up and say something if you are being bullied. And by the way, women can bully men too. They can. It goes both ways. It's just sad to see these things. There should be no bullies. And the Columbus Dispatch should be ashamed of themselves for even allowing anybody to have that in their paper. It should be done. Wrong. It should be eliminated. And if you're going to allow somebody to say that in your newspaper, you should allow others to say that as well. From the chat line, is this a joke? Unbelievable. Everyone associated with that paper should be deeply ashamed of themselves. I bet they could all care less than Kevin agreeing with what I said about bullying. Bullying sucks. It's terrible. If you've ever been bullied, and I was as a kid, and then you understand what it's like. Then I was as an adult too. And then I see kids getting bullied, and I see Letitia James trying to bully and use the media for their advantage. There's no part for this. There's no. It's a shame situation that nobody needs to go through. But she's getting hers, and hopefully the Columbia Dispatch get theirs. I hope people just show that newspaper what they're about, because I know what it's like to be bullied by liberal newspapers as well. They'll come after you and do anything and everything they can, not tell a full story, and that's what they're doing right now. Greg says, time to do a full page ad with Corinthians 13:5 in bold print. Greg, what a terrific idea. I appreciate it very, very much. So congratulations to the Ohio State football team again for winning the national championship. And you know what? You may like it. You may not like it, but putting a cross in the ring, which is freaking amazing. Thank you for your example. And they're damn good. Connie says Elon Musk should buy the paper and fire all of them. Yeah. If he does, I know some really good newspaper people. I mean, damn good newspaper people, to the point where people probably buy the publication. I'm not kidding. And we all know newspapers have gone way downhill because of technology and time. But it is what it is. We got to save that Letitia drop. We got to save some drops from her.
Okay.
At some point in time.
Letitia, make a few, yeah.
Letitia and who's the other loudmouth? Jasmine Crockett.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! Put those guys together.
I see you in the middle of it.
I'd like to hear an
Oh my
AI.
God.
I'd like to hear an AI argument between both of them.
The Dems, they're crushing each other on a daily basis. Newsmax came out with a new poll. Not sure if you guys saw this as well. Their polling says, I don't believe it, but maybe so, guys. Their polling says that Democrats want the party to go more left. How could it go more left? It's already crazy left. They want it to go more left. That, according to Newsmax, you can check that out. I don't know what that would mean. How could the Democrats go even more left as they're already on that side of the story? From the chat line, Stephanie says, I dislike them very much, talking about Ohio State, because I'm a Notre Dame girl through and through. But they showed us how things should be when visiting the White House. That takes a lot, because most people I know can't stand the Buckeyes in Ohio State. And I'm telling you, they're fans. Okay, I'm not talking about the team anymore. I'm talking about their fans. They're the most ruthless group of football fans I have ever witnessed. I've been in Buckeye Stadium when they were playing Michigan, and my God, are they nasty. They are ruthless. They are passionate. Not talking about the team. So I understand why you may not like Ohio State. That's for sure. Joe says, I'd buy a paper if it was done right. Yeah. I'm telling you, I know some people. There's just no money to be made in it. So the people who are quality don't do that anymore. I'd buy a newspaper too. I would. Of course, I'm north of 50. I should do a beat mix set with them mixed in with James Brown's Living in America. Greg, I promise you, if you put that together, we'll air it on this show, and I promise you it will go viral. I promise you it will. The voices of the Dems. If anybody else has ideas who Greg should mix in with Letitia James and Jasmine Crockett, AIC, let them know. That would be really cool. Cancel the show.com. A little crazy today. Promise it's just energy. It's natural energy. I slept extremely well last night. Thank you so much. Never thought I'd be complimenting Ohio State football, but I am. Go figure. These are the things that are going on. Okay. We're 20 minutes into the show. Newsmax. I talked about Biden. Yeah, Biden called black kids colored kids again. Thank you for reminding us how racist you are, my friend. Did you guys hear about this story too? 20,000 IRS agents, a fifth of the force, has accepted the deferred buyout that Trump has offered. 20,000 IRS agents. Bye-bye. See you later. Trump getting exactly what he's doing. Every single day, we get less government and we win more as a country. Have you heard this on your local news? Have you heard this anywhere? No, because we're doing the research. We do it. That's why we appreciate when you guys like, subscribe, share the show, and let people know everything that we have going on. Also, as we bounce around for the stories, because I want to take a lot of time on this MS-13 stuff today with this guy. We'll get into a little bit later. That's why I was jumping around with some of these stories, because there's so much to cover, so freaking much to cover. From the chat line, the Eagles, Dodgers, and Buckeyes fans are all pretty harsh. All champions, all went to the White House, all enjoyed themselves because Donald Trump freaking is amazing. And people love hanging out with him. And it's very difficult for these people to understand how to handle those situations when they don't get their way. Another big, loving it. We're winning. We're winning every day. Jumping from these headlines to headlines. How about this? RFK Jr. has come out. You guys asked about RFK. Was it Monday or Tuesday? Like we hadn't heard much from RFK. It's like it goes in waves. It's like each department head is taking care of their business, and then it's our turn. It's our turn.
Yep.
RFK came out and made it very well clear what a lot of people have known and suspected for a long time, that vaccines do cause autism. Vaccines do cause autism. And here's a little bit of the presser, and I'm just grateful for RFK Jr. so much for the job that he is doing.
Associated with major universities undertook the National Collaborative Perinatal Project, tracking 30,000 children from birth to age 8. This was no half-baked survey-based analysis. The study conducted 9 separate screenings covering neurology, psychology, speech, language, hearing, and visual function. Every developmental quirk, anomaly, and disorder was logged with painstaking detail. Autism, a condition characterized by profound impairments in social communication and behavior, would have stood out like a neon sign. There were 14 cases. That's 4.7 per 10,000. So we know what the historic numbers are, and we know what the numbers are today. And it's time for everybody to stop attributing this to this ideology of epidemic denial. In 2009, the California State Legislature charged the Mind Institute at UC Davis because this myth was already becoming pervasive, the myth of epidemic denial was already becoming pervasive in the mainstream media. The California legislature directed the Mind Institute at UC Davis to answer the question. And Irva Hertz-Pichotto is a highly esteemed, revered scientist, neurology, and epidemiologist, came back with a definitive answer: the epidemic is real.
Wow. Did we ever think you'd hear something like this, Joe? Especially somebody who gets into health as much as you do, getting truth back into America, into our American society. Well, it's great.
Just the fact that we're dealing with the way it is, like it's mind-boggling. I never thought that this was even a factor, much less thought that we'd be dealing with trying to get the truth out of it.
Well, we're getting truth now, and that's what we'd like to get. And I mean, this guy's had death threats, his life trying to be ruined, and all he has done is try to help the American public to do anything and everything he possibly can to help us be safer. From the chat line, Donna says the Amish don't use a lot of perfume and chemicals like we do. That needs to be looked into. Agree. 100%. Absolutely. And we've been talking about it. Yeah, Amish, way healthier than people who don't live the Amish lifestyle.
Lotions, creams, suntan lotion.
Suntan lotion's a big one,
Mhm.
a very big one. RFK's continuing to do his thing. Somebody asked on Monday or Tuesday or made the statement that RFK they hadn't heard much from him. That's why I was looking through.
That was me. I remember saying
thank
that.
You.
Yeah.
And then go figure, here he is. He's listening to Cancel This on you, Joe.
I was thinking that as soon as I saw that. I saw that over the
He's like, guys, I'm trying to take care of you.
Mhm.
Don't worry, I'm listening. Yeah, they don't use all of the things that they do. And it breaks my heart for the families who have kids who have dealt with autism. And I remember many, many, many years ago, Jenny McCartney, I can't remember what's the show she's on, the not The Mask, but blonde Jenny McCartney. She's now,
I don't remember what
she was
show
married to
she's
Jim
on.
Carrey for a
Yeah.
while. Now she's
They were
married to the other Wahlberg. Her kids had autism, and she came out and flat out came against vaccines and was she was blacklisted. And
Her and Jim Carrey were both on, I think it was Bill Maher or who was that other guy? He passed away. I forget his name.
The Masked Singer. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Masked Singer. She's still talking. She's out. She's not afraid. People tried to cancel her. She had death threats because she was going against the system. She was going against the pharmaceuticals. She was going against what I referred to as the deep state of money, just trying to destroy America. Oh, get your vaccines. We need this. We need that. And people are getting rich while our kids are getting sick and dealing with autism, and just unneeded. And now you have somebody like RFK Jr., who is very popular, by the way, extremely popular, coming out and giving stats and talking about what is actually happening in America. And I just love the guy for everything that he is trying to do. There are a lot of things going on in this country. We know it on the daily basis. We try to cover everything. But another story that I covered from earlier in the week, this Harvard deal. We saw what happened with Harvard. Harvard refused to put more laws in place at their school to protect Jewish students, to really stand on anti-Semitism grounds, to get rid of DEI, but still wanted their $2.2 billion and $60 million of contracts. Yeah. Oh, Abe says, let's not forget that RFK Jr. is not a Republican. And I reminded people of that when Trump brought him in. He's not. But many times health has nothing to do with Republican or Democrat. It has to do with what's right and what's wrong, what's good and what's not good. Thank you, Abe. Very, very good point. Harvard, Alan Garber, their Jewish president, somehow not protecting Jewish students at the school. Like I said, I know I went off on Tuesday. I still don't know how any way in hell a Jewish person could ever vote for a Democrat again after the way they've been treated, just specifically in recent times since October 7th. There's no way in hell a Jewish person should ever vote for a Democrat again after how they have been treated. And then you look at what Donald Trump and his administration has done and said publicly and stood with Jews. I don't care if you're 18 or 100 and you're Jewish, you should not be voting for a Democrat. Tell me one reason why. I'd love to hear it. Educate me. There isn't one, but I'd love to hear it. Also, still from the chat line, when it comes to RFK should look at all of his assets and abilities and rights as a secretary. Yeah, very, very much so. So Harvard came back and like all these liberal Democrats do. They don't ever want to have a good conversation with Donald Trump. It's, I'm going to show you. And then they lose. And then they go off in their little corner and they pout and we never hear from them again. Yeah, their endowment funds are massive, Kevin. Yeah, they've got an incredibly large endowment at Harvard. But they came out and said all these things. So Donald Trump floated the idea that, really? Okay, maybe you should lose your tax-exempt status. Here's what happened. Donald Trump has now asked the IRS to revoke Harvard's tax-exempt status. FO, Harvard, you're on the clock.
The Trump Justice Department and the administration has asked the Internal Revenue Service to revoke Harvard University's tax-exempt status. This comes after President Trump suggested that move on Truth Social earlier in this week, that Harvard should lose its tax-exempt status. The move could cost the Ivy League institution billions of dollars. The Trump administration has already halted more than $2 billion in federal grants to the university over what the White House says was a failure to address anti-Semitism on campus.
Yeah, FAFO, Harvard. Harvard deserves everything they get in this situation. And from the chat line, God, I love Uncle Trump. Promises made, promises kept. He does what he says he's going to do. Everybody is on watch. Nobody is getting away, or if they're getting away with anything, it's not for long. The light is being shined in all the dark places, and we're not allowing the bad to happen that continues to happen. And in this case, Donald Trump is going to protect our Jewish brothers and sisters. He's not going to sit back and let liberal, evil Democrats hurt the Jews anymore. They don't deserve it. Yeah, why are we sending $2 billion to private schools anyway? Isn't that what boosters are for? Absolutely. Just because things have been going on for 100 years doesn't mean they're right. And that's why Donald Trump has come in to save the day. That's where the tariff situations have come into play as well. Love everything that's happening right now. Every single day, appreciate it. Don't take it for granted. Appreciate what, as you said, Uncle Trump is doing right now to help this country. But that's not it, what Uncle Trump is doing to help this country. Here's Donald talking about another plan every single day. This is the greatest president that we have ever had. It is the greatest start to a presidency we have ever had when it comes to policy, when it comes to ideas, when it comes to making good on the promises you made, which you were just talking about, when it comes to creative ideas, when it comes to transparency, when it comes to honesty. Every single day we're getting something new. And how about this for an idea? When it comes to getting the illegals out of this country and truly putting legal American citizens first.
As you probably know, we're doing a self-deportation. And we're going to make it comfortable for people. And we're going to work with those people to come back into our country legally.
¿Está funcionando la autodeportación?
Well, we're starting it. We haven't started it right now. We're getting the murderers out. We have our total aim on the very bad ones, as you can imagine, because you have some great people that came in, but we have some very bad ones. We had 11,088 murderers. Half of them killed more than one person. These are rough, bad people. We want them out, and that's mostly our focus. But what we want to do is we're going to have a self-deportation program, which we haven't even announced yet. I guess I'm announcing it to you. Why not, Rachel? Here it is. The only thing I haven't determined is what are we going to do? We're going to give them a stipend. We're going to give them some money and a plane ticket. And then we're going to work with them. If they're good, if we want them back in, we're going to work with them to get them back in as quickly as we can.
Is this genius or what? I mean, I listen to this. I'm going, okay, how many would really self-deport? Joe, what's on your mind, buddy?
I heard that they're using that same app that
Biden created.
Yep, and they're going to be able to access through that app, get their plane ticket home.
People, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained by Donald Trump? Yes. I mean, every single day there's some damn genius idea to take care of this country and this is why liberals are so Trump derangement syndrome, because they would rather lose than see Donald Trump win. They would rather suffer than see a man they hate win. And there are people like this walking amongst us who are just so evil in their minds and so evil in their hearts and so uneducated that, oh, I hate Donald Trump. There is no way anybody with any sort of common sense could hate Donald Trump. There's no way to hate him. When he took a bullet for America and he continued to fight, his life was put on the line a second time. He lost money. He went through ridicule. He put his family on the line. He went through fake trials, convicted of things that did not even exist as laws that were created and circumvented. All the nastiness, mugshots, all of these things to help America. How could you? And then now he's helping us and everything is being cleaned up. And anybody with half a common sense brain can see what's going on. It's impossible to not respect Donald Trump. You may not like him because you can't get certain images out of your head from the past, but you can't deny that this man loves America and he loves all of us. And he has done everything he possibly can to help us. Mitch says, if they know what's good for them, talking about the illegals, they'll self-deport and come in legally. Absolutely, they will. Do it the legal way, the right way. Don't cheat the system. And all these liberals who are for that are for cheating and a lawless society. They want you to break the law because they don't like Donald Trump and they know that they don't have any policy. Well, I'm glad that we have policy on our side and we have Donald Trump on our side because all we continue to do is win. Find out, FAFO, Harvard. We'll continue to follow that. That's for sure. Donald Trump also, every day the man doesn't sleep. All he does is work for America. So here's what else happens. Donald Trump calls out Jerome Powell. This man does not sit around and just be lazy. Here's what he had to say about Donald Trump. Donald Trump had to say about Jerome Powell. Keep in mind, interest rates should have already been lowered. And Jerome Powell is proven to be nothing but a hardcore liberal who does not love America and is doing everything he can to hurt our economy. Why do I say that? Because he has not dropped interest rates. And we have proof on how he shouldn't do. Okay. Donna says, by the way, Donald Trump is on a mission from God. Greg says, my oldest son joined the military under Trump. We approved. My youngest son wanted to under Biden. We said, hell no. Now Uncle Don is back in support and we support him. And we are a proud papa backing our other son who wants to join the military, one military lawyer, and maybe a military doctor. Congratulations to you, Greg. Okay, here's what Trump had to say. The ECB is expected to cut interest rates for the 7th time, and yet too late. Jerome Powell of the Fed, who is always, all in caps, too late and wrong, yesterday issued a report which was another and typical complete mess, exclamation point. Oil prices are down. Groceries, even eggs, are down. And the USA is getting rich on tariffs, all in caps there. Too late, as he refers to Jerome Powell as, should have lowered interest rates like the ECB long ago. But he should certainly lower them now. Powell's termination cannot come fast enough. This is why Jerome Powell, wherever he is, whatever he's doing, wherever he is seen, should be told what he is doing wrong and asked why. Why are you continuing to do this to America? Why aren't you dropping interest rates when all the factors say you should? He's trying to hurt Donald Trump and he's trying to hurt this economy. And he should not be allowed off the hook because it's not just a educated decision that he's making. This one is evil. Why do I say that? Because of what Donald Trump just showed you and proved, and everything that Trump says is factually correct. Why he won't do what he has done and always late. Bought and paid for. Bought and paid for. Bought and paid for? Quite possibly. Quite possibly bought and paid for. Told y'all there'd be no cuts by the feds until June. They have a plan in place to hurt Donald J. Trump. Of course they do. They're trying. They're doing everything they can to hurt Donald Trump right now. Everything they possibly can. The interest rates should already have been put down. So now we wait until June. But hopefully Trump is able to somehow, some way get around this, even though he's come publicly. Usually if he goes public after somebody, maybe he's exhausted all of his resources. I don't know. I just get frustrated when I see what they're trying to do to Trump. And if anybody ever wanted to vote for a Democrat again, just remember what they're doing right now with this entire situation. Mitch says, by the way, my oldest went into the military with Trump also, using the GI Bill now. My third one just went in. because of Trump. And as we showed you last week, recruitment in all the branches is sky high because people believe in this country again. They want to fight for this country, and they know Donald Trump has their back. And I hope to God he can get some more income for the men and women who decide to serve our country somehow, some way. I just hope that there's a way to make sure that that can happen, that somehow, some way we can make that happen. This is cancelthisshow.com here Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. Hope everything is going well. Listen, we've got another story that we have going on. We've also got Austin Metcalf. He's the Texas senior track kid who was stabbed to death on a track by Carmelo Anthony, who wasn't even there competing in track, who was sitting in Austin team's spot. Austin asked him to leave. He gets up, and this is by all accounts by his brother, stabbed him. Of course, you have to have a knife at a track meet, of course. This kid, and we've got his picture, Joe, which I sent to you, Carmelo Anthony, his family then went out and started trying to raise money for him. This guy got over $500,000 in donations. He killed Austin Metcalf with a knife. And now they're trying to come up and say, oh, it was self-defense. And there are so many witnesses that know that that's not true. So 500 people are paying this guy's family $500,000 in donations of a few days ago. Well, he had his bond reduced to $250,000. And what does his family do? And it's not illegal what they did. It's beyond me. They went out and bought a $150,000 Escalade. His family just went out and bought a $150,000 Escalade after receiving $500,000 in legal fees for him and just donations. I'm going, what? It's also interesting to know that this kid also, his family, more power to him, living and renting a $900,000 house in Texas. Joe says it was clear that they were happy that he killed a white kid. That's why all the donations are coming in. Austin Metcalf lost his life because he told this kid he needed to get out of the seat. Never put a hand on him, never did anything. He's at a track meet and he loses his life. And his brother had to witness the entire situation. The entire track team watched, but his brother was right there. People are giving this kid $500,000. Yeah, I'm really trying to keep an open mind to this Carmelo Anthony. I am. I know kids make mistakes and do things that are irrational, but killing another kid with a knife and then the family gets $500,000. They're not doing, it's not wrong to go and buy a car, but people who are giving him money, dear God. Kevin says probably funded with taxpayer money via an NGO. You never know. Joe says he gets an Obama judge on top of everything as well. An Obama appointed judge is going to oversee that case. It was clearly racial.
You get the feeling that they're trying to start a race war?
Always.
Yeah.
No, there's people who are always trying to start a race war.
Yeah.
Liberals.
Well,
liberals are always trying to start a race war.
It's getting pretty hot and heavy on the internet.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What have you seen?
I'm seeing a lot of like race meme, or not memes, but videos of like white and black, or
well, things are too good in this country, and Donald Trump is trying to bring everybody together.
Right. So everybody's got to post a bunch of videos of hate, and
it'll be interesting why this kid, this Carmelo, shows up to a track meet that he has not even competing in and goes and sits in somebody else's tent and knows where he is and won't get up when told to please leave, and then gets up with a knife and stabs Austin Metcalf in his chest, killing him on the spot. And then people give him $500,000. You tell me what's going on.
It smells fishy of Soros. I don't know.
It does, but we don't have proof of that. What we do have proof of is what this kid has done.
Yeah,
and it's sad and it's sick and it's just wrong.
It sucks. That's where my mind goes as soon as I find out that something like that got funded.
Yeah, it does. I just wanted to bring that to light. The headlines. We try to bring all the headlines through, and that's why we pack the show full of things. $900,000 home renting. Bond was reduced to only $250,000 after he just murdered a kid in cold blood on a track meet with a knife. Kid unprovoked. Gets $500,000 in donations. And then the family goes out in the midst of all of it and buys a $150,000 Escalade. Greg says, with all respect and seriousness, am I racist? Am I racist for thinking that when TV news says there's a shooting, drive-by, drug deal gone bad, mob action, that I think of one race? I don't know. I don't know what's in your heart. It's impossible for any of us. I know you as a person. I know you're not. Tanya says, America needs new justices. Yes, I agree. Civil war possible. From the chat line, the internet ran with this story saying the white kid was a bully and was bullying him for being black, is what the public opinion is saying. And that's not true. It's not true. And all the facts in the case show that that's not true.
Yeah, you know what? When I was being bullied, I didn't walk up to my bully and tell him to get out of his seat. That seems a little backwards, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It is. And it's sad, but this is what is happening. Kevin, you lead us into our big final story of the day. That Kilmer, Abrego Garcia guy has already raised $200,000. Okay, we're going to set the stage here with Pam Bondi talking about Abrego Garcia, the El Salvador man. Much too much has been made about this guy. Sent to El Salvador, back deported where he should be. He is a legal El Salvador man, not an American. I'll let Pam Bondi set the stage, and then we'll tell you all the things in the case. This guy is also, as I did not know that $200,000 has also been raised for him. But he became a political figure because the Democrats don't have policy. So they're looking for things. And the Democrats can continue to support illegal MS-13 members. I don't care. Go for it. You're not going to win any positions in this country. Here's Pam Bondi setting the stage on this guy. And I want to remind you, she has now said that every media member who has referred to this guy as a Maryland man illegally deported should apologize because you lied to the American public.
A sweatshirt with gang insignia on it. The guy he was with, another MS-13 known member, had a tattoo with very similar insignia on it. ICE declared him as a member of MS-13. The police officers, the gang unit, declared him as a member of MS-13. And also, they independently went to a reliable, confidential informant who said not only is he a member of MS-13, he gave them the clique, the Westerns, and he was called a Chiqueo, which is one of the higher-ranking MS-13 members. So they rightfully detained him, rightfully. An immigrant in a sweatshirt.
Yeah. So here you go. Pam Bondi, thank you. You get another victory and a win and an A+ for the job you've done. We'll put the Epstein files on cash. We're waiting on cash. I know I was waiting for Glenn to say, where's our Epstein update? Which we all want as well. I know, trust me. Okay, for the scorecard, here we go. From the chat line, I can't believe that clown that went there for publicity. The clown who went to El Salvador to try to bring this poor, mistreated MS-13 gang member who is in the United States illegally back to the United States is one Senator Chris Van Hollow. Clown. Chris the Clown Van Hollow literally went to El Salvador. And then he couldn't even get a phone call. El Salvador said, dude, FAFO, get your ass out of here. Get your publicity liberal stunt out of here. We don't want anything to do with you.
I'm glad our taxpayers paid for that.
And our taxpayers paid for it. Our taxpayer dollars paid for it. Guy was in the U.S. illegally. Had a lawful deportation order against him. He was arrested, and when he was arrested with rolls of cash. Anybody still walk around with rolls of hundreds, rolls of hundies, rolls of Benjamins, and drugs? Oh, he's such a good guy. We need to bring him back. Anything to try to go against Donald Trump. Yeah, I roll with rolls of cash and drugs when I go out.
I'm in the wrong business.
Holy shit. Come on, people. Okay, that's not it. Here we go. He was also arrested alongside 2 members of the MS-13 gang members, his boys, his homies, his hombres, his essays.
Pato.
Yeah. Two, 2 judges also found this poor Garcia, also found him to be an MS-13 gang member. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, this POS beat his wife several times to the point where she was afraid to be around him.
No wonder there was no tears during her press conference.
Hell no. She was beaten. She was beaten hard by this guy. Where's her justice? Where's the female justice there? Where are all the feminists there? This is who the Democrats have become. The Democrats support gang members like this, illegals like this, men who want to beat up women in sports. This is who they support. They support the illegal taxpayer dollars going to all of these situations around the world. This is what the Democratic Party has become. And as I told you earlier, Newsmax polling shows that liberals, by an overwhelming amount, want their party to go more left. This is why you people tell me that being a liberal is a mental disorder. And I get it. And I see it more and more every day, because where are the Democrats standing up against any of this? Where are the Democrats standing up to protect women in sports, women in these abusive relationships, women who are beat by MS-13 gang members? This is a serious deal. And you have media who hate Donald Trump, and they hate you as a Republican and a conservative so much that they refuse to tell the truth, which is why outfits like ours do what we do. And that's why we ask you to continue to support our free speech platform. And that's what we do.
You know, I argued yesterday on the same topic with Democrats online.
I love you. You should get offline, Joe.
I know, but here's their argument.
You don't. It's impossible.
All right, but I want you to explain this,
dude. You need to go have. Well, you don't do. You need just go take just.
So you don't want me to. You don't want me to tell you?
Yes, I want you to tell me. I'm just.
Their big argument.
You have too good of a heart, Joe,
I know.
to get online.
I'm bored sometimes, you know. So, their big thing is due process. Due process. It's like, man, if you break into my house, I'm gonna due process you.
There is no such thing as due process for an illegal that came here.
That's sorry. What I think, but they're saying that that's in the Constitution.
No. They're dirtying the waters from that standpoint, and also when they can't refer that to the situation that is here. And this also gets back to a Supreme Court ruling that Donald Trump had where he can get rid of illegals here. We've already talked about this. The Supreme Court ruled in his favor 5-4. Amy Coney Barrett tried to disrupt it. Don't ever forget about what she's done. The female Mike Pence is what I'm referring to her as.
Well, I think this is special circumstance type situation. And I think special circumstances take special circumstances to correct.
From the chat line, Garcia is not part of our Constitution because he's an illegal. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Carlene says, it is impossible to argue with lunatic Democrats. Yeah, it is.
It is.
No, it is.
I do it for entertainment.
They will tell you the sky is red. You're a hateful person for saying it's blue. That's the kind of mental disorder you have. Donna says, any news on the guys that attempted the assassination on Trump? Not yet, but I know Trump is very serious and wants information to be given to him. Abe says, exactly, Projo. She didn't seem heartbroken and had to read her statement from a paper that didn't seem to be her own words. She was being paid to take care of those situations. Yeah, she filed 2 restraining orders against that sweet, peaceful MS-13 gang member who is actually an El Salvador man. And we just want to back this. People get lost. They're all caught up. We hate it. If it's Trump for it, we hate it. Oh my God, we hate it. You saw Letitia James. It's like these demons are coming out of them. And I know I sound crazy in saying it, but there's this demonic presence on them that makes no sense. And it's like, wait a second. You hate Donald Trump so bad. You hate the success of America that you're just going to choose the opposite side, whatever it is, even if it makes you look terrible. From the chat line. Illegals, women, identity, WTF. What is up? Weber's dictionary can't even define them. His wife is probably thankful he's gone. Heck yeah, he is. No man should ever put a hand on a woman. Ever. And that's what he is doing. Ever. But Democrats want to back these people. Thank God Donald Trump is doing what he's doing. Thank God the administration is doing. Shout out to Donald Trump. Shout out to RFK Jr. Shout out to Marco Rubio, to Pam Bondi, to Kash Patel, to Elon Musk, to J.D. Vance, Dan Bongino getting things done behind the scenes. Who else deserves the shout outs today? Our Congress, the Republican senators who are trying to do the job that they're doing with the rhinos. Who else am I leaving out? Who else is kicking butt? Who else is doing an amazing job that we continue to try to promote? I try to keep it, I'm trying to give everybody the shout outs they deserve because so much good is happening in this country as we continue to bring America to a better part. Yeah. Donald Trump is continuing to win, and he's going to continue to win for this country. Every single day, we get new and great news that just blows our mind. Don't take it for granted. Be grateful. Be thankful. Thank God for what we have in Donald Trump. Did we get through everything already? I can't remember.
I was just going to send you. We have one more video.
What video did I send you that I forgot?
Here is the title.
Because I thought, you know what? Yeah, let's put this out there.
All right.
This was about more of the Doge stuff, and this is going to piss you off too, about dark money and what's been happening beneath our eyes, but we didn't see it, but it was happening. And now, thanks to Doge, we're starting to find out what happened, and hopefully this can be stopped.
2024 report. What kinds of state initiatives were they trying to influence? What's the topic?
So it's one thing to know that this is not a hypothetical situation. We have been able to trace that, over $100 million of foreign money has flown through the 1630 fund in these states across the country, and they are working to implement some far left and extremist public policies on issues related to abortion, election law, and other things across the country. Drug policy. They are trying to sidestep the legislative process and get the most extreme version of public policy possible.
But why would they want that, Caitlin?
Well, because they know that their far left agenda often cannot withstand the scrutiny of a typical legislative process. So they are sidestepping the legislative process, and they are getting these extreme public policy measures on the ballot, and they're using foreign dark money to do it.
So
it's a terrible problem.
Let me read this. This is a statement from the 1630 Fund to Fox. It says 1630 Fund is proud to support ballot initiative campaigns that are working to advance economic opportunity, reproductive rights, and democracy. Our donations to these initiatives are made in compliance with local, state, and federal laws. I'm assuming if these bans go into effect in other states, that would end. I'm just still trying to get to the nut of the problem here, which is, so they support a far left agenda, but what kind of things are they looking for? They want to support like reproductive rights. I'm assuming that is for more abortion access. But when it comes to, they say they want to support democracy. What would that be?
Well, when the left says the word democracy, that's their catch-all for, we're trying to do good things. But when you take a look under the hood, you realize that it's an extremist agenda. We saw that foreign-backed funds came into Ohio last year that would have forced the state to gerrymander their congressional districts and change the way that the state conducted elections. There is nothing democratic about using foreign dark money in these state ballot issue campaigns. And states have, woken up, to this problem and realized that their state constitutions and policies are vulnerable to the corruption that is foreign money. And that's why we have seen such momentum across the country passing these bans prohibiting foreign funds from being used in these ballot issue campaigns.
All right. Just wanted to make sure you knew that. It's more of what we've shown you in the past. So much bad, so much corruption, so much evil has been going on that the Biden administration allowed to happen and has just been going on and on until Doge and Donald Trump and our administration has come in and taking care of everything we possibly can. Anything that you want to add to that, Joe? Guys, thank you for just coming in and trying to educate not only me and Joe, but the rest of our viewers and listeners as well. And that's what we do on this Holy Thursday. It is Holy Week. Greg says maybe we should all say a prayer after the show. As it says, when two or more gather in my name in prayer, it shall be done. This is cancelthisshow.com. Special thanks to Wendy's in the Chesterfield Valley, 18,000 Chesterfield Airport Road. Work hard, play hard. Just a great time. There's a reason why people don't just go to Wendy's once, but go there multiple times. Great food, great service. It's fast. It's a relaxing environment, and it's just a great place to go. And that's why people continue to go back to Wendy's. Capriati's, when you talk about some of the best sandwiches ever, it's at Capriati's. I had the tuna fish last week. I'll be having it again tomorrow. When I can eat and not eat meat. Love the tuna fish. My favorite is the Philly cheesesteak and the Bobby, which has been voted America's favorite sandwich. It's literally like a Thanksgiving Day sandwich. It is amazing. They roast their turkeys fresh every day. They have the Wagyu beef ingredient, which is absolutely amazing as well. Told you about their very unique, creative fries, which I was like, damn, I'm going to have a few of these. And I ended up eating them all, just like Pringles. And of course, their catering is second to none. And when you grill with Rockwood charcoal. It is made in the state of Missouri, where the best charcoal is made, and it's all natural. Not all charcoals are. You have to be sure. Check what is all natural. And you can check and do a process. You grab a piece of charcoal and you squeeze it and it breaks apart in your hand. That's what Rockwood does. That's how you know that it's natural. Unlike the other ones that have the fillers in them, and you don't want to burn that nasty stuff on your food. Also, if you're looking to get your plan in place, we just talked about interest rates. They'll be looking at probably by June. We'll see. Get your plan in place. A lot of people selling and buying houses right now, specifically throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. And Megan Livingstone is right in the middle of that. If you have something with commercial, if you have something with residential, give her a call. Megan at experience-re.com. Megan at experience-re.com. The phone number is 314-249-1708. 314-249-1708. Also, Aesthetica Med Spa. We've talked about them, the foremost leader when it comes to everything on your face and your skin. Aesthetica Med Spa. It is in Wing Haven. That is out there in O'Fallon, Darden Prairie, just right off of Highway 40 at Wing Haven Boulevard. It is Aesthetica Med Spa. Tasha takes care of my face. That's right. She is the best. Her crew is the best. The results speak for themselves. There is a reason why so many people go there, men and women. Check them out. Go there and make an appointment. Get a I guess what you would call an estimate on your face. There's no problems for giving them a call and going in and getting a checkup. Aesthetica Med Spa. Check them out. Also, if you're looking for your tech needs, your IT needs, cybersecurity needs, you look no further than a company out of the Chesterfield Valley. They take care of our computers. They take care of everything that we do with our laptops. And that is Alliance Tech. Once again, Alliance Tech. They will take care of you. Give them a call. Brian takes care of everything. Cybersecurity assessment. It is on the rise. Cybersecurity crimes. You need somebody to help protect you. Brian and his team will get you up to date. They'll make sure you're protected as best as you possibly can. They'll give you an assessment, and you use the link that we have here, alliancetech.com/cancel this. Alliancetech.com/cancel this. Give Brian a call. They'll take care of you for whatever it is, your personal needs or your business needs. Guys, we appreciate you joining us today for Cancel This. We won't be here tomorrow, so we say for Good Friday, we say Happy Easter. Enjoy the time with your family and, of course, your faith. We are grateful for you guys supporting us in every single way you possibly can. With your time, donations, no donation is too small. We are grateful we put it to use around here. There are lots of bills to do what we do. So we are grateful. You can donate to Cancel This on our website, canceltheshow.com, or the QR code that's there, or you can just go to Venmo and PayPal. We are grateful for supporting any of our advertisers and, of course, supporting us individually. Guys, have an awesome day. For Pro Joe, I'm Vic Faust. Have an awesome day. That does it for the fastest hour in news headlines, politics, and cancel culture education. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.